Hi, Railroads here. So, the power of self image. It's one of the most important keys in manifesting and the law of attraction, which are things that I'm going to talk about more in depth in some of my other videos. So, go ahead and follow if those are things that you're interested in. The power of self image is how we see ourselves and how we see ourselves and our capabilities in the world around us. There has been times in my life where I struggled with my self-image and that power that it has. There's been times where all of us have had struggles with that. And you may have found yourself before feeling held back by a thought that you had about yourself or a thought somebody else had about you that you took on as your own self-image. I'm at a point in my life where I've finished my education, at least for now, and I have a career that I love. I serve the community around me, and I help others to be their best selves. But it wasn't always exactly like that. When I was in high school, because of the learning disability I was told I had in elementary school, I was receiving special education services. At the end of our freshman year, when we went to the computer lab to look at our final GPAs for the year, I looked at that computer screen and I saw a .3 GPA. Not a 3.0, but a .3 GPA. And when one of my classmates looked over my shoulder and saw that, I said, "That's a typo. I need to go speak with the office. This isn't right." But I knew full well that that was the GPA that I had earned myself that year. Because I had been told I had a learning disability, I often didn't even try to see what my capabilities were. I had it in my head and in my self image that I wasn't capable of good grades and of learning, really. And so I often found myself struggling with schoolwork because I wasn't even attempting to do it. That summer, after I looked at that computer screen and I saw that .3 GPA, I felt lower than low. I had reached rock bottom and I felt like not continuing on. I even attempted to end it all. I felt that I had nothing to lose. And after pondering on that feeling and feeling hopeless for most of that summer, when it was time to go back to school, I decided, why don't I see what happens if I at least try? I know what happens when I don't try, but why don't I at least try if I have nothing to lose? So when I went back to school, I started setting goals for myself and utilizing the services and the help that was offered to me. And what I found was that in some subjects, when I did try, things came very naturally and very easy to me, and I was able to do really well. And other subjects were really hard, but when I at least tried and gave them the effort, I always passed because I at least tried. I began to strengthen my self image and I began to give my self image more power. I decided at 15 that I was going to have more for myself and I was going to have a better life than I had been offered as a child. I spent the second half of high school making up for the first half and getting better grades and getting a good enough GPA that I could be accepted into the college that I wanted. I then went off to the military and went to college after that, and now I have an amazing life and a career that I love because of it. I used to allow myself and my self-image to be limited to the limitations that others placed on me. We have a tendency as people to let other people's opinions dictate our self-image. We allow their comments and their criticism to play over and over again in our head instead of listening to our own inner voice? What if we let their opinions be just that? Their opinions. And what if we allowed ourselves to listen to our own inner voice and learn to trust our intuition over taking on what other people say? Thank you so much. I'm Rose. Stay blessed, stay inspired, and always stay in action.